Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today and checking my Facebook. Make sure we're live. And we are live. And today we're going to be talking about having a positive attitude and how to develop a positive attitude. This is very important, but I think it's one of the topics. If you ever read any self-help books or watched any videos, I think for some reason people think this is when we talk about having a positive attitude and learning about having a positive attitude, a lot of people think it's easy or hokey or weird. They don't want to, it's just they think that they're just going to listen to something goofy and how to get into a good mood or something like that. Because that's how I felt years ago. I'm like, I know how to get in a positive. I have a positive attitude. Don't worry about it. I don't need to watch anybody or learn anything or listen to anybody about having a positive attitude or things and how to be positive. But I've learned a lot over the years and in reading different books and watching videos and seeing coaches and different ideas, and it clicks because we're all not all positive all of the time. That's 100% true. There's no one that's always positive all of the time. So hopefully you view me as a positive person. I try to be positive every day. I think like any day, you got ups and downs, and especially in real estate, any busy agent knows or been in the business a while. There's ups and downs throughout your whole day because you have to deal with other people, and not everybody is positive. Not everybody's life is going perfectly that day. Not everything goes smooth. But the difference between being a salesperson and being in real estate is that your attitude, your positivity can affect your business and your success. So you don't have the luxury sometimes. Do you feel that way sometimes? You just don't feel the luxury, like, gosh, I'm having a bad day or just got off a bad call or a bad situation. And then you're on to the next client and or prospecting call. I know this happens. It used to happen to me years ago with prospecting. I'd be in the middle of a transaction, things are not going right, and then to try to get on the phone and make some prospecting calls and being positive and being happy was it was hard to do, hard to change like that. And the funny thing is that, and on a personal note, when people are around me, my friends, family, they're not in the real estate business or that, they see me be able to change like that and cut something off. Like, how are you in a good mood now? I go, I'm sorry, I'm just used to it. I'm just used to compartmentalizing attitude, things that happen, deal with something later, no matter almost how serious it is. I know I just, it's just a skill that you could learn over time of like, listen, you got to be able to shut it off in a minute because it affects other people around you and it affects your business. So today I want to give you some top things to think about. And of course, I want to bring up some ideas, and sometimes they seem hokey and goofy, but how to be in a positive attitude and develop a positive attitude when things aren't going right. So first, I always recognize throughout the day there's going to be energy suckers. There's going to be people. Do you know people around you that just are those type of people? It could be, just anybody is that's close to you. You have to, or your other colleagues in your office or that you talk to or communicate with. You've got to minimize when you want to be in a positive attitude and have be positive and get things done and show that to your clients. You got to watch those people. You got to really do. It's hard. You got to set time aside for those. And and when there's I've said this to my office and to the people that I work with and my family. Unless it's a real emergency, there's emergencies and there's inconveniences. Some people's inconveniences think they're emergencies, and sometimes I tell people, and I do this with all the close people around me, if it's an inconvenience, I have the time of day. I will deal with the inconveniences and help you with those. Those might be at the end of the day, or I'll tell them my schedule because I need to be positive. I don't need other people's things that they need help with to affect my job when I have to work during the day. Do you have that? Do you have that happen in your life? All of a sudden, no matter what's happening in anybody's life, it's not, I'm not saying it's a major health emergency or something like that. They want to call you or text you, and then you get dragged into it. There was a speaker, great motivational speaker that used to come around Ohio. His name was Terry Watson. He would say he hated when people brought, talked to him or brought their problems and brought their monkey into the room, like that monkey in your back. He always said, if someone leaves my office or I get off the phone with them, I ask them to take their monkey with them. Like whatever they brought to the table that was a problem. And he said, take your monkey with you. So that's one of the tips for today. Is the several ones I'm going to give you, is that you got to watch those people. You got to, if you have that friend, that your spouse, your children. If like I said, emergencies are emergencies. Inconveniences, let's handle those because I'm working and I got to have that mindset. And I don't want to hear about these things unless it's an emergency. So I have made it clear what an emergency is. I won't go into specifics, but in my life, I've explained to people, these are emergencies where you could interrupt me. These are inconveniences. Please, it affects my job, my ability, and our livelihoods and our family if you break that focus. Another thing is knowing what your attitude is. So there's three things that to think about. There's your attitude, there's your actions, and the results that come from your positive attitude, or your positive developing a positive mindset. So knowing what your attitude is, and I wrote a few notes down to this of what I've learned, is that your attitude is how you view the world, view situations. It could be positive or negative. That's your attitude. What's your attitude towards something, towards a person, towards an event, towards a situation, towards a client? Your attitude changes. And what is your attitude towards those person? And your attitude is affected by your self-talk, your body language, and keep on explaining to yourself why you're in this certain situation, or why you're in front of that person, or why you got to handle things. So your attitude is very important, and you got to know why you have a certain attitude and check yourself, because you do this already. You know that when you're with different people, just on a personal level, your attitude's different. Your smile's on your face, your stand up straight, you're happy, you're excited. And then there's other people that you're not that excited about and handle. But in business and in sales, you've got to know that. You've got to check your attitude, make sure you have that positive mindset and yourself talking that this is a client, you're making a prospecting call. Maybe there's people that in your database, in your prospecting call, you're just don't enjoy it talking to as much as someone else, but they bring you business. So you have to check that attitude, even if it's on the phone. If you probably heard this before, when you make calls, you should have a mirror in front of you. I did that for a while. I don't really have that as much anymore. But with video, I see my face. My face is right here while I'm talking to you, so I kind of see what my face is like too. But you have to smile. You have to check your attitude before you go in a situation, or what you're going to be a situation you're going to be in with a client or the prospecting call, because your positive attitude. No one wants to do business with someone that's not positive. I mean, you don't have to be off the wall doing cartwheels and excited and, that crazy type of positivity. That's why I think sometimes when people see positive, how to be positive and how important it is and to develop a positive attitude, they shy away from even watching that because they're going to think of give me some hokey kind of things to do and tell me, and it's fake, or just think things that are, not happening in our life. There's always something positive to think about. There's always a silver line to any situation. That's my view of life and things, and you got to concentrate on those. And you should be happy anytime you get someone on the phone and wants to talk to them. That's how I am. I mean, and hopefully that to all of our Century 21 HomeStar agents that call me, I get it almost every day. It's like, wow, you're so happy and positive. I'm like, when someone, I need to talk to someone and help them with their business or coach them or whatever, I'm happy. I enjoy what I do every day, and I enjoy talking to people. A lot of times they're not great situations. I mean, we get those problems every day that we got to walk through and help agents with, but I'm thankful and happy and positive that I get to be the person to help those buyers, sellers, agents with that issue, even if it's a bad issue. So I want to somewhat apologize to agents when I seem happy when sometimes there's situations and your deals seem to be falling apart, the sky is falling, but Tony seems to be happy about it. I'm not really happy about the situation, but I'm happy that I'm here to help and want to try to do it. Now, that's the type of feeling that you have to give to your clients, that you can't, when there's things that go wrong, you have to have a positive attitude of how you're going to help them through it, no matter if it's going to be the result that they want or a result that they don't. Sometimes we have results that they don't want. The other party, the buyer and or seller, is not being cooperative. We're not giving them what they want. The timeline is not going right. Their loan's not getting approved in a certain fashion. The appraisal came in low. There's certain situations, but you have to check yourself, check your attitude, and know that you're positive in the aspect, in your mindset, in your self-talk, that you are going to help them through this. Might not get the result that they want, but you're confident enough, positive enough, standing up straight. You don't have to be happy, but positive. There's a difference being happy and positive, that you know that you're going to get to help them with their issue. Second is your actions and what you do with your positive attitude. What you do is very important. That affects your actions. And I know if you're in a more positive mindset and your self-talk and tell yourself, I'm going to do this. I'm good at this. I'm enjoying making my prospecting calls and talking to my database and getting more referrals. It equals more business, equals more success. And your actions, you'll get more done when you're more positive about what you're doing. And then, of course, the results. The results will be there. You can't go through life and you're not going to be a successful agent every day not being positive and happy for the experience, happy for the opportunity of what you can do each day. If you hate something every day, you're not going to do the actions to be successful. You're not going to have the results. So I'm not going to tell you to be fake happy and try to fake yourself out and to be positive. I'm telling you the things that you should be positive about is that you have the ability, you have the tools, you have the talent, you have the opportunity to do anything you want. And when someone picks up the phone and wants to talk to you while you're communicating with them and prospecting with them, you should be happy and positive. This person knows who I am, picked up the phone and wants to talk to me, and talk to them about real estate, talk to them about life, build a relationship with them. You should be happy about that. It should not be something that you should be upset or not positive about. So here's some actions that I think about constantly. Every day it's in and out of my mind. Like I read once that we have anywhere from 40,000 to 60,000 thoughts a day, different thought. Well, a lot of them are the same thought. A lot of those, it's not 40 or 60,000 different thoughts. You're thinking every day, but a lot of them are the same thing. We're OCD. We all have something that we keep on thinking about, and you have to figure out a way to make sure those are positive things that you're thinking about, that you're explaining to yourself. You have the ability, you have the opportunity, you have the skills. You got to keep that positive attitude up so you can get the work you want to accomplish done. So think about that. You're thinking about things all day long, every day. There's so many thoughts. What kind of thoughts are you going to put there? So here are the four things. One, of course, you've heard this before, fill yourself with positivity. Think of the positive stuff that's happening in your life. Don't think about the negative things. Don't start your day off. And that's why I brought in, don't get your day derailed. Control your thoughts as much as you can, but you can control your time. So find out, if you don't analyze yourself every day, if you're not having a positive feeling day, find out why. What's happened? What's happening through that day? What happened yesterday? What happened last night? What happened this morning? What's happened throughout the day that it wasn't a positive day all day long? And try to minimize those distractions as day go on, as your future days are happening. Just like I mentioned about people, I think that's one of the number one things that derail agents is things happening. We all have things. We all have family, friends, relatives, things happening. There's always going to be something negative happening. Are you that person? Are you that sounding board? Stop it. During a certain hours a day, stop doing that. Number two, self-talk, your mantra. What are you telling yourself at the beginning of the day, throughout the day, of what you can do? Yes, fill yourself with positivity is number one. Reading positive quotes for the day, watching, not the news and bad things happening in the beginning of the day. Watch some good things that are happening in the day. A lot of people go on Facebook, and we're watching Facebook now if you're watching this live, or watch other people's stories. The good thing about Facebook is a lot of people, what's good and bad, is most of the stuff we see on Facebook, everybody likes to post the positive things that are happening in their life. So if you really like to see what other people are doing and feel happy for them and their successes and things happening in their lives, there are people getting married, having babies, success in their businesses, it's great. Sometimes that really helps to motivate people. So you got to find what motivates you and keeps you happy. Number three, body language. You got to know what your body language, because it affects you. If you're standing up straight, you're smiling. It's hard to be upset if you're smiling all day long. It's hard to be, it's harder to be depressed if you're hunched over or sitting up straight. When I'm on the phone, other than doing these videos, I'm actually walking around my office, or if I'm at home in the evenings, I'm always walking when I'm talking. I just feel like to get the energy going. So body language helps your attitude of what you're doing. And then four, there's a couple things. Is one, you got to know how to let things go. Two, you got to know how to be grateful. And three, you have to know what you want. So every day you got to understand and let things go that are just nagging on you, infecting your attitude and your positivity. Two, you got to be grateful. I mean, every day, throughout the day, just an unconscious thing. I think about all the things that I'm grateful for, I'm happy for. I'm just normally do. It's kind of like mental food to me. I'm always thinking about, oh yeah, anytime I see myself get negative, I'm like, oh, this is the positive side of things. Anytime I hear someone say something that's not happening right, I explain what's the good part of it. There's always a silver lining in my book. So always you have to be grateful. If you're not, think of all the things you're grateful for, and it should be in your head every day. And that should be more in your head than what you're not grateful for or negative about. And then know what you want. Know what you want to accomplish. Know you want to be happy. Hopefully you're not a person who doesn't want to be happy and doesn't want to be positive. You want to be that positive person, not just for everybody else, for yourself. You want to be the positive person for yourself, and you should be the number one person that affects your attitude, not other people. Are you that type of person that needs other people to help push you up and lift you, that's okay, but you should be you. You should be the number one person that is affecting your attitude and your positivity every day. So that's how I want to leave it today about being positive. I know this is, sometimes you feel like it's kind of, like I've said, hokey or goofy because you don't, I could, it's not important. It is important. It is very important. You know it, you see it with your personal relationships, and it definitely 100% affects your business when you're talking on the phone, meeting people face to face, especially if you're talking to people often. If you're talking to people often, or you have a client that you have showing houses or talking to, they're going to tell your attitude, and if you don't have a good attitude and a good positivity about their situation, sometimes they're going to feel like it's them, and they're going to lose that connection, lose that relationship with you. People want to be around other positive people. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry to keep you longer today, but tomorrow noon we'll have another topic for you, and I appreciate everybody watching, and it always makes me positive when I see viewers and I see people watching. I get comments, so I appreciate all those. Helps me out throughout my day too. So always welcome to text, call me, email me, and get involved in some of my videos, and I'll help you out as best I can. So that's it. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.